University and at the University of Texas. And really, my question is, please could you give me advice on how to deal with politicians in the following sense? In Texas, I work on oil, simulating the flow of oil in an oil reservoir. Good is to get as much oil out of that reservoir as you can. Then you get a BP type situation in the Gulf. And I can see it coming. President Obama is going to say, cut down on the research on oil because it's bad, it's creating all these problems. Give it 2 years, I would bet anything there will be some world crisis where there is an energy shortage. So it will be back again, get as much oil out as you can from the reservoir. Now, running a research group, we are at the mercy of politicians and immediate events. So any way one could smooth that out, just have a quiet life, get on with the work to do what they seem to be good.
But forgive me, Obama has done exactly the opposite to what you said. He has, whilst there was the furore and all that, but since then, the exploration of the Gulf of Mexico is to continue.
The exploration, it's the underlying research to maximize the oil that comes out of the river. And I've just come back from Texas, and there is a ghost wave. And this is, if you try to run a research group, things go up and down with immediate events, which make it very difficult.
Well, you have a knowledge that I don't, and I can't pretend to match your judgment, but I am aware that the pressures on President Obama to close down the Gulf must have been huge, and he did what was sensible. He prevaricated, he made the sort of political noises you would expect him to make, but actually he didn't change anything. And I think that was the right political way to react to that situation. And as far as I know, and this is perhaps not quite the answer to your question, but things like the extraction of oil from shale shells and that sort of thing is opening up new possibilities on the northeast coast of Scotland. As far as I'm aware, there's people, as I read, and I'm not an expert, they are finding reserves of oil on a massive scale, much longer than anyone dreamt possible, and economically much more attractive than people because of new technology. So you can't avoid politics, and you can't avoid scares, and you can't avoid the media, and you can't avoid people's legitimate concerns. But I think myself that your anxiety may find itself less acute as in this case as months go by.
I was driving into the office the other day, listening to you being interviewed by Evan Davis on the Today program, and I was struck by how much both of you seem to be enjoying the interview. Indeed, as a listener to the interview, I was laughing along, which probably wasn't the sense that was intended to be conveyed. But do you enjoy being interviewed by
yes, of course.
Who is your favourite interviewer?
I don't have a favourite interviewer, but I like the good, tough ones because it's more testing. So, I mean, Jeremy Paxman, John Humphreys, very good. But these guys are very good, and I enjoy it. But you see, the advice that I would give any of them, if you're going on a program like that, work out the answers before you go on the program. And the only trick is to link the answer you've already prepared with the question that they ask you. And you can always tell when I'm in trouble, because I said, you've asked me the one question, you should have asked me this.
My Lord, I'm curious, you were mentioning earlier about certain things that you've controlled that have been a result of other political debates. So Liverpool, for example, was was a result of something that happened in London. You stood behind the decommissioning of nuclear weapons and Concorde, and we all know what happened as a result of that. But I'm curious to know whether that was a result of a personal passion in something that you took on and that you really wanted to see through, or there were other underlying things that we as a public did not appreciate that came to that
Well,
play.
wait a minute. I think we may not be on all fours here. I was responsible for selling Concord. In fact, I never sold any. It's neither here nor there. I was committed to trying to sell Concord, not in any way cutting back. I never did any decommissioning of. Well, I suppose I did. Yes, of Heseltine. But I was basically. What people would know about me is that I was responsible for bringing American nuclear weapons to Green Concord.
But was it something that you were passionate about? That was there something that deep down that you saw that you didn't agree with and you wanted to take action on? Or was it something that was external forces that you acted as a medium?
In those cases, selling Concord went with the job. It was an impossible job, it has to be said. Nevertheless, it went with the job, and having been told to do it, I did it to the best of my ability. But the deployment of the nuclear American deterrent